Everybody. My name's Amy. I am a chronic pain coach, and I help women that are motivated and experiencing chronic pain get their lives back through education, movement, and self-discovery. And today, we are going to talk about how anger affects your pain. Okay. So I get really angry when I listen to the endless stories of people in pain and how they've been dismissed, how they've been ignored, how they've been lied to and misdiagnosed by doctors every day. It makes me angry. It makes me deeply sad. And I just can't believe that in the year 2024, this is how the medical system kind of all around the world is working. But when I'm speaking of the medical system, I'm particularly speaking of the US medical system and just how broken it is. I hate the fact that we have copious amounts of research that tells doctors that really they should stop dismissing people because it actually makes their pain worse. I don't understand why they don't understand that. Our diagnosis and treatment is directly related to like what they say is wrong with us. And so we can't get proper treatment if we don't have, if we're not headed in the right direction. So simply saying, you know, the pain's all in your head, or it's because you're female, or it's because you're overweight, or it's because you have anxiety is not really helpful in getting someone the proper treatment that they need, right? So all of these failings affect people's pain and it's reasonable and it's rational and it's completely expected that being dismissed, being invalidated is hurtful and harmful and makes us really angry because we're not being listened to, because we're not being treated as though we matter. So that anger rises, and it's 1,000% understandable, and it's reasonable anger. It still doesn't make it helpful for our pain, though. So generally, anger arises as a result of a perceived threat or unfairness or something that blocks us from our goals. Let me repeat that. A perceived threat. I'm going to remain in pain because no one's listening to me. I would say that's a threat. Or it seems unfair. My husband or my ex-husband or my partner had a vasectomy and got all kinds of pain meds and was knocked out, and they like took every precaution for his experience with pain. But I had a colposcopy or an IUD inserted with no anesthesia and was told to take Tylenol. That feels unfair to me. Or it blocks our goals. You're just going to have to live with it. It's all in your head. You just need to lose weight. These are things from our medical community, and not even dealing with anything outside the medical community, but just a little snippet of things that we deal with as part of the pain community. I would offer for your perusal that is blocking our goals for sure, because our goal is to get back to our life, to be active, to live in our lives the way that we want. So for many of us, it is the very system that we are seeking help from that causes us anger and more trauma. So the anger that drives our nervous systems to being in fight or flight, that stress, those emotions cause a chemical cascade into our nervous systems that is not helpful. I didn't say it wasn't reasonable. I didn't say it's not okay. I'm just saying the longer we stay in that anger, the more our nervous system is chemically affected by the stress of us being in fight or flight. We are pouring gasoline on our pain fire. So the sense of injustice that is proper and fuels this fire can also be the very thing that is continuing our pain cycle. Understanding this connection is pivotal to getting out of pain, to managing our pain. I'm not saying don't be angry. That would be silly. I don't believe in repressing emotion. I believe we need to experience the totality of our emotions to be healthy people, which is also what helps us to move forward and get out of our pain. The question is, how do we manage it? How do we manage this very reasonable anger? And I'm going to say, one, it's okay to be angry. It is wildly okay to be angry. I know a lot of people feel like anger is a negative emotion. I think anger is the smartest part of us, knowing that something's wrong and that we need to be protected. So I think we need to listen to anger and figure out why we feel it. If you have been taught that anger is an unacceptable emotion, I'm going to suggest it might be time to talk to somebody to unlearn that. Your anger is the part of you that knows that you are being mistreated and that it's unacceptable. In most of our cases, this particular form of anger comes from a lack of control. And so I'm going to suggest that to combat this anger, you regain a sense of control. How do you do that? Well, one, understanding that you are not powerless against your pain. If this has been going on for a year or more, and you've had the scans that show nothing's really going on, nothing's really happening, there's nothing emergent, right? You have all kinds of choices about your pain. You've been looked at. You know that it's like nothing's broken. There's no tumors. There's no fractures. There, hopefully with the no tumor thing, you know that it's not cancer. It's not this. It's not the other thing, and that it's pain. The issue is that you've got primary pain as the problem. It's not coming from a broken tissue any longer. The tissue has healed, and now we've got a pain problem, not a tissue problem. So in understanding how and why chronic pain works, which just go watch my workshop. There's a 5-day workshop on my channel that will flesh this out more for you. But yeah, on my YouTube channel, it will tell you more about what I'm talking about, because I realize I'm missing a big piece of the picture when I'm saying this to you. But go watch that 5-day workshop. It'll help you out. But understanding that you are not powerless and that you have all kinds of options in the way that you choose to live your life, the way you choose to deal with your body, the way you choose to deal with your existence, that we need doctors to make sure that we're safe, to rule things out, to help us with referrals, to make sure that we have medication that is helping us control our symptoms. But the bulk of the work to get your life back from chronic pain is done by the individual. Find a community of people that you can trust, that understand you, where you can be validated and heard and work out answers. In the description, you will find a link to my Facebook support group. If you do not have a home, please, you are welcome in mine. There's lots of wonderful women in there that are more than happy to support you. We've got some wonderful gentlemen too. Just be warned that it is a mostly female group. But you are welcome in my Facebook community of chronic pain support stories and solutions anytime. Understand that emotions are human. Being angry at a broken system is completely reasonable. But that if we don't recognize that being angry is driving our pain, we're missing the boat on a place where we can make change. If you would like to know more, go ahead and go to restoringvenus.com/anger or /. Whatever it is, whatever, the Why do I not know that? I'm almost 50. I don't know the anger is the blog post that you're looking for. And you can get more information on this. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.